Today, we're going to talk about 3 steps to succeed with a fuel pressure regulator. Hey everybody, this is John with Uzbasic Motorsports Performance Parts. We're here again to talk about fuel pressure regulator on our Facebook Live Ask the Racer segment. For every performance part enthusiast who want to do a proper adjustment, testing, and research and have their vehicle run at peak performance both on the track as well as on the street without spending endless amounts of money, time, and frustration, obviously. So, few things before we get started. Unfortunately, I use notes because if I don't, I'm going to sound like a real dummy. So, excuse me, you'll see my eyes wander once in a while. But basically, here's the scoop. Research for proper application is critical. You're looking for how many ports do you need in a fuel pressure regulator? A single port, a double port, 4, 6 port. It's going to depend on your needs and your application, obviously. Now, what type and brand will fit your needs? If you go to our website, you'll see just a number of different manufacturers like Aeromotive, MSD, Holley, Quick Fuel Technologies, just to name a few of the options that we have at Uzbasic Motorsports Performance Parts. So, once you determine your brand and your application, you start doing a little bit of information regarding what are the recommended pressure levels. You can use the internet, provides you with great recommendations and directions also. Step 2, properly set up the fuel regulator. It's important that you locate an area to install a regulator that is safe, but it's very serviceable and easy to get to you, especially if you're at a track and you're having to get from round to round. You don't want to be messing around trying to find how the heck you're going to reach underneath something or behind something to work on a regulator. So locate it in a place where it can be serviced easy. Then what you want to do is install an inline pressure gauge. Now, 1 will work, but obviously 2 are, if possible, are the best. 1 is for pump pressure, the other is for the actual line pressure. Again, it will depend on the type of regulator that you purchase and the cost of that regulator, obviously. But you want to determine the AN fittings that you're going to need based off the AN fittings on the carburetor. Normally, they're looking at probably a number 8. Most times, you'll have number 8 AN going to the carburetor. Once in a while, you'll see a 6. But you want to plumb like AN size fittings from the carburetor back to actually your fuel pressure regulator. Once you determine that, you want to measure the length of the fuel lines that you're going to need to have all the AN fittings available, and start installing the AN fittings onto the end of the hoses. Now, just a rule of thumb and a reminder, if you're only using a single in and out pressure regulator, you're going to have to purchase a little AN fitting adapter that will go right off of the pressure regulator, where you can actually screw in a pressure gauge and then the AN fitting onto that. So that's critical. Then what you want to do is, when you're done, take your time when you're installing all of the AN fittings onto the tubing. When you're finished with the installation of the fittings, then what you want to do is you want to be sure that everything is tight. You'll test it more when you actually get it on the car, and you'll turn it on to check for leaks. But pretty much you've now done an installation. You've located where you want to put it. You've got the proper AN fittings. You've got that little, if you're using a single gauge only, you'll have to get that adapter that you can get anywhere. That'll give you the opportunity to go directly from the pressure regulator to the AN fittings. So now you have all of that done. It's all ready to be installed. It's all in there. You're all ready. So now what you're going to do is you're going to go to step 3, which is actually the final test. So what you want to do is, first thing, you want to throw on the fuel pump, obviously, or in this case, if you don't have a switch, start it, the car, and check to be sure you have no leaks anywhere. Obviously, if you do, you immediately want to shut off the switch or the ignition, and then go back and figure out where you're getting the leaks and retighten them to see if that'll stop the leak, then recheck. If it does not, you'll be forced to have to pull it off and to probably install a new AN fitting onto where that leak is, because it's not sealed properly. But you'll find that when you're actually doing the test. So check the static flow. You can do that if you have a 2-gauge system. You'll check it with the engine off, if you will. Throw the switch on and see what the static flow is. Then you'll start your engine and then check and see what your actual pressure is in line. Normally, your actual pressure should be somewhere between 6 and 9 pounds, depending again on the application of the unit you're running. But 6 to 9. We usually run about 8.5 pounds in our car, in our race car. So, moving forward from this point. Number 1, make sure that you do your research on your vehicle and find out what is the best application for what you're trying to accomplish. Installation is critical to the performance and the safety of your unit, and if set up correctly, your car will perform at peak efficiency, both road and track. So, what are the takeaways or the big idea here? And that is real simple. Research, testing, adjustment. If you do these steps properly, you're not going to have to worry about spending extra needless money and time and hassle and frustration if you research, you do your installation properly, and you're testing properly. So, call to action, what are we looking for? Pretty simple. If you're serious and you really want to make this work, don't lose a single minute. Jump over to Uzbasicmotorsports.com and check out our blog. This information will be on the blog with all other information that is actually very helpful. We have a lot of how-to videos and a lot of other videos that will help you with whatever, within reason, what you're trying to accomplish. We also have a great video and article regarding AN fittings and hoses and the different types and how to install them, how to tighten them, preventive maintenance on them, etc., etc. So, again, if you're really interested in having your vehicle run at the performance you want it to, please, by all means, jump on Uzbasic Motorsports Performance Parts. Check out the blog. Everything is there for you that you'll need to have. So, listen, I wanted to thank everybody for your time, your patience. I hope everybody found this at least somewhat educational and entertaining, if anything. And please feel free to subscribe on our website. Every month we give away gift certificates, swag, and other giveaways. In fact, this month, in the month of March, it's coming to the end pretty soon, but we have a $20, $25, and a $50 drawing up for grabs. And then April, we're going to have some other type of giveaway. If it's not gift certificates, could be parts, could be additional swag. Who knows what it'll be, but basically, it pays to come and check us out. And you can find us at Uzbasicmotorsports.com. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate your time. Have a great day.